Now, I got to start doing something here because this stuff is just gathering and piling up. This, however, is not. I was watching BC Trucker the other day, and he was talking about he was hooking up his solar panel, and he had some of these 12-volt lighting and things. So I sent him a message real quick, or a comment, asking him where he got the lights or what light the model numbers were, because he showed the light, but he, at that particular video, didn't talk too much about the light other than just showing it. Well, he had gotten back to me and he gave me the link, and I want to thank him for that. But this is the light. Now, I'll tell you what, that's a great light, so thanks. It's got a lot of heft to it, you know, because of the heat sinks on the back to help keep it cool. And it looks like it's a very well constructed light. And if I remember right, what the hell was it? Something like $15 or something? I don't remember. But it wasn't a whole lot of money. Now, I believe there's no directions are here, so that's pretty plain and simple. But I believe when I was looking at the ad on eBay, there's something like 1,800 lumens or something. I don't remember. It may have been even 850, but you know what? Even 850 is fine for what I'm looking to do with them. You know, and they're not going to draw a whole lot of amperage. So I appreciate you sending me the link on these things, because I've actually have more on order, because I have a use for quite a few of these. However, the wife did indicate to me that we will be moving. She wants to move. She's made her decision, so that's a definite. So when I do get the lights that I have on order, I'm probably not going to be hooking them up here. I'm going to use these two, but when the other ones come in, I'm not going to be doing anything. Now, temporarily, I've got a little dog house out here that I put doors on and everything, and I made it out of a lot of scrap lumber. I didn't do any fancy cutting. You know, it's whatever came close. If it was an inch over, well, let it be an inch over. And I got our house generator in there. And that generator is about 30 feet from the house, and it runs the whole house. I have all underground, you know, wiring and stuff like that. And so it runs the whole house. Now, I did a video on the battery that I had to build, a battery box that I had to build for. If you go back, I think it was last year, it came with a little piece of battery, you know, one of those little airplane batteries or something, you know, one of those little 12-volt batteries. Excuse me. And it comes with a little mini charger, you know, like a 1-amp charger, if that. Now, it doesn't charge the battery when it's running. So you have to make it a point, because it's got electric start on it. And it's too big. Even though it's got a pull start, it's just too big. You know, I mean, I tried pulling this thing. It just doesn't want to start. You can't get enough pull on it. Excuse me. So anyway, last year there was a storm coming. And I went out to start it up, and naturally, click, 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 click. Okay, so I plugged in the charger, and naturally the storm got here before the charger had a chance to do anything. So we had no battery, and a storm with no electricity. Now, luckily, I have a secondary generator. It's a smaller one. It's only like 23 or 2400. But it's made by Yamaha, and it's a nice unit. So I was able to start that up enough to get me power in the garage, so that I can bring in the large generator to try to get it jump started. Because I tried to jump it, and it wouldn't jump. Well, the reason why it wouldn't jump is because the charging system, that the plug that I was hooking up to jump it, the back side of that wire that went to the battery was only like 20 gauge. So naturally it's not going to handle enough, you know, amperage or even voltage to get that thing jumped. So it really wasn't going to do much for me. So what I had done was I decided to pull the battery out. Well, in order to get the battery out, you're taking off the or disconnecting the gas tank on the top, the side panels, the legs. I mean, it was a nightmare. The battery is not an easy battery to replace. So I said, you know what? I am not going to go through this. So if you check back into the generator, you'll see it's a Generac. You'll see what I actually did, and I put a large motorcycle battery there, and I built a battery box out of some stainless, and I welded it to the side of the frame. And then what I did was I brought the pin charger that they had. I increased the wire size going to that, and I also put a set of banana plugs on it with a number 10 gauge going to the battery, so I can jump start it if I wanted to as well. So I've got that set. Now, still, it doesn't charge by itself, so if you let it sit for too long, naturally the battery is going to drain a little bit. Just going to happen. So I put it on a timer and let it kick in 15 minutes every couple weeks, and that was maintaining it fine. Well, the other day I went out just to start it up, to try it, run it, do what I have to do with them. You just can't forget about these things. And it was dead. So that's strange. So I open up the doors, to find out what's going on. I don't have to open the doors to start it. I got a little flapper. Anyway, I open up the doors, and the charger, not the charger, but the timer, had melted. So it must have been due to the heat in general, because it gets hot in there during the summer, or it just couldn't continually take that 15 minutes every 2 weeks. Who knows? But it melted, and therefore it's not turning, therefore it's not charging. So the battery went dead. Well, seeing that we're going to be moving, I took my my 200 watt rather solar panel off the front shed here, and I laid it over the roof of the doghouse shed where the generator is, and it's given me about 6.5, 7 amps most of the day, even when it's kind of shady. It does go up a little bit higher than that, but I said, okay, well, I just can't put that into the battery because it's just going to toast the battery after a while. Actually, I have a light hooked up to it, and I have a 12-volt fan going here now on me, and it's hooked up going to that solar panel constantly. So the only time this stuff turns off is at night. So I ordered this this real inexpensive little 10 amp charger controller, so I'm going to hook that up so that'll maintain that battery for me. So I got to get that done. Then I bought this some time ago. I actually bought 2 of them. One of them I installed into a gun lock that I got working here. I think I showed you guys that a few times, I don't know. And this one I'm actually going to install it into my van on the alarm system. You get a prepaid card or something like that, and in my case I can get, well, anybody can do it. If you have a phone, you can get a card with a number for like 10-12 bucks a month, so it's not a whole lot of money there. And this takes that card. You put that card in here, so what happens is when this goes off, this is a GPS unit, when this goes off, it'll send the coordinates, your longitude and latitude, to your phone. So I figure, well, this is good to have because I want to put one in the van and hook it up to the alarm, so if the alarm does go off and somebody does steal the damn thing, at least I'll know where it's going. So it's almost like a what do you call that other one out there? There's an alarm that actually does it, and you have to pay a monthly fee. Well, screw that. All right, LoJack, I think it's called. But why should I have to pay a monthly fee when I can just pay $10 for that card, and I can also take that card out and put it in a cell phone and use it as a dial and dial my phone if I wanted to as well. So I got to get caught up on a lot of this stuff today. I was kind of holding off because I wanted to wait to see if we found that damn short. Now I may wait before I put this in the van, but I got to get this done, and I got to get these hooked up. The rest of them, when they come in, I'm just going to put them away. Now I'm shooting this on 2 cameras. I may record it and put it out on both cameras so I can see how it actually looks coming in, other than just doing it on the screen through a video editing. But we'll take it one step at a time. Alright guys,